although it, yes, although it's good morning for Mr. Niren Patel, and it's evening for most of us in India because Mr. Patel is joining us from USA, right? So it's a good morning for Mr. Niren. Good morning, Mr. Patel, and good evening to all of you.
Morning.
And it is such a joy to have all of you here and in this series of webinars that we have been conducting from the English department. And we try to bring in real good people from across the spectrum who can bring different perspectives, not only to the learning as a process, but human development that we're looking at. And today we have with us Mr. Niren Patel. He is presently in USA, but he is an Indian and firmly rooted in India. So let me introduce Mr. Patel. And Mr. Patel, thank you so much for joining in here with us. Mr. Niren Patel is a co-founder and CEO of Fusion Incorporation USA. He is an IIT BHU alumni with MS in Computer Science and Business Analytics. He's a professional who has worked in India and USA for a very long time. He has a strong background in leadership development, management, entrepreneurship, and team building. He enjoys problem solving and finding insights through the state-of-art data science and analytics techniques using modern-day AI and machine learning. Mr. Patel is also a very avid reader, and as he told me that he is still a student and he's still securing a lot of degrees and certifications, and he's still learning, and he's there to teach and impart some real good values for our students as well. And he's a writer as well, he says. And he always says very modestly that he's aspiring. He's a student. He's just an aspiring writer, but he has a lot to his credentials. And we are very, very grateful to have Mr. Patel here. And today he'll be sharing on a very important topic, which is adaptability towards change. This is something the students, the homemakers, the professionals, technocrats, or the entrepreneurs, everyone requires it because the way the world is changing so fast. So adaptability towards this fast changing world is something which you can say as a very, very important life skill that we all need. And Mr. Patel is going to share some valuable experience from his academic and professional world with us. Can I tell everyone, all of you please Saujanya, can you please?
It's Saujanya.
And Nirenji, can you please mute her?
The host can mute everybody, right?
Yeah, because the session now. Thank you. It has started.
Okay. Good morning, Jai Shri Hari, everyone. And it's with the blessings of Guruji and the blessings of the Shri Hari, we are here. And we really appreciate all the students taking effort to learn, because not everybody is taking effort to learn. So just wanted to thank everyone to be here, and we appreciate the team and the Sri Badrika Ashram. One thing, I'll start with this one line which always hits me hard. Today is the first day for the rest of your life. It's not me who said it, it's Shanti Nitya's statement. It has hit me very hard. Today is the first day for the rest of your life. So, kids, why don't you just make a mute to all? I mean, I don't know.
We request everybody to mute themselves, please.
So that we can have a good conversation, students. थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, आप लोग को भी अच्छा लगेगा. मुझे हिंदी आती है, भले अमेरिका में बैठा हूँ, but still we got a lot of good stuff to share. And मुझे आप लोगों से भी सुनना है. I'm looking forward to hear the questions. क्योंकि जो स्टूडेंट्स के पास सवाल होते हैं वो टीचर्स के पास नहीं होते, because they think differently than teachers. So I'm looking forward to hear from you guys as well. So I just want to add a few things. As I said, this line which always hit me is like, today is the first day for the rest of your life. And also along with that, I have a line to say, parachute and brain works only if it is open. So हमारे दिमाग को भी खुला रखना है, आंखों को भी खुला रखना है, कान खुले रखने हैं, सब. We need to be open-minded to work through and learn in our life. क्योंकि adaptability बहुत बड़ा शब्द है, बहुत बड़ा, लेकिन वो it starts from our home. We adapt for everything. If it rains, we carry umbrella. If it's hot, we again carry umbrella. So what is umbrella is a common denominator, and it's adapting in both situations. So we need to learn how to become like an umbrella. We can be a multi-uses. So adaptability, what we as a student, आप अभी सब engineering college या science college या law college, you guys are working on and studying. यदि आप अपने शहर से या गांव से बाहर जाते हैं, कॉलेज जाते हैं, तो we meet some teachers, we meet some new friends. How do we connect? कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि मैं मेरे दोस्तों को छोड़ के नहीं जाऊंगा, नहीं जाऊंगी. It's very difficult to be without our friends. So we need to learn how to change, how to work through in the new environment. तो यदि आप कॉलेज में हैं तो आपको environment, नया environment में आपको कैसे काम करना है. You need to see how you change yourself. Now, what I have learned is when we start our new life or new venture or new day, we have to see and keep our eyes and ears open. You have to look around. And it has always been a tricky situation for people say, इतनी बड़ी-बड़ी बातें कहाँ से होंगी? You know, आप लोग बड़े हो गए हैं, आप लोग कॉलेज में, आप इंजीनियरिंग हो गए, अमेरिका चले गए, अब हमको यहाँ बताएंगे, हम कैसे करेंगे? We have so many challenges. Challenges will be there in everybody's life. You will hear once I finish my conversation today, you will get to feel that as well. Challenges will not be there, then we will so, challenges makes us alive. So कहते हैं ना वो up and down जो होता है, heartbeat को check करते हैं, doctors check that there is a up and down happening, that there is a heartbeat is there, there's ups and downs. So we have heard so many learned people share this example many times over. So life will be, there will be ups, there will be downs. So adapting to that, we need to see how we can be very. Now, एक अच्छा क्वेश्चन आपको हमेशा पूछते रहना है. What do I need to change? If you are understanding कि यदि आपको नई जगह जाना है, what do I need to change and what do I need to learn? If you are learning and changing, you have to see at any new place, if you don't have clarity of the environment, you would not be able to understand what is going on. So as a student, what I would say is like, you know, if you don't change, I have a few words which I like to use here. And when we go ahead and adapt to a new location, this distraction is distracting me, very frankly. I'll try my best to.
You can mute all others.
Students,
You can mute
Anjana
everyone.
Rana, can you please mute yourself? Anjana Rana.
Okay, I need to
Anjana
go
Rana,
and.
we are hearing a lot of disturbance from your side. Please mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for that, about that, Niren.
No, that's just fine because I wanted to get into the flow of some conversation. It changes the thought process. That's all right. It's just I don't want to be very picky. As a teacher, we should not be. We have to work through with the students anyways. Now, you know what? We have animals which we see around who changes based on the environment. There are people who changes the conversation based on the customer. When you go to the shop, customer change, the business owner changes the conversation based on the customer. And so what it is basically customizing and adapting to the new person who is there. यदि आप किसी साड़ी की दुकान में जाएंगे तो कोई बच्चा जा रहा है तो that साड़ी business owner would not be talking very to sell. He'll just talk casually. But if a females and a couple of ladies are there, he will give full attention. So he's adapting based on the customer. And there's a natural animal, if you know, girgit, that's a Hindi word. And in English, there's a chameleon or chameleon, pardon my English. So girgit is the very beautiful animal which adapts based on the environment. We need to change. Now, it's a flip side of this conversation is, मतलब आप कह रहे हैं कि हमको झूठ बोलना है या अपने आप को दूसरा दिखाना है. We have to show not the right self of ourselves. We have to show the other side, some negative. There's a fine line between that. यदि आप बोलेंगे कि हमको झूठ बोलना है ऐसा, we don't have to say lie or anything. हमको अपने आप को modify करना है to work with different kind of environment, to work with the people. We don't have to cheat, say, lie or anything in that situation. We just have to be ourselves so that we communicate in the right thought process. Okay, so if we understand in nutshell, जब हम छोटे से बड़े हुए schools में high school में आए तो high school में we had a lot of new subjects to learn and thicker books. When the moment you go into 11th and 12th, one subject becomes combination of many subjects and the books became more thick. So we had to change. We had to learn. We cannot give the thick books to class 6th, 7th, 8th students. Similarly, when you go to college, one book is equal to one chapter in 9th, 10th, or 11th class, which you studied. So essentially, you are learning how to grow into and get a deeper knowledge. Coming back to our conversation, example which I can give was, आप लोगों ने vinyl records सुना है या नहीं मुझे नहीं पता. Black color के records होते थे. Those records you can play, listen to songs. Vinyl records got changed. Then came audio tape records. Tapes were there, which you can play in the tape recorder to listen to music and songs. That get outdated. Then came CD compact disc. आप लोगों ने कुछ लोगों ने सुनी होगी बच्चों ने. Then came DVD players, and then came MP3 players. जो आप लोगों ने बहुत लोगों के पास MP3 players भी होंगे. आपके phone में MP3 songs you can listen. So what is happening? This technology is changing. The technology company are adapting based on the new things which has come. Now, what has come after MP3? Live streaming. You can listen to any song which you want to hear, play it. It plays in your data connection. Now, what next? Many things can come. We don't know. You can have a chip which can be implanted in your head. You think of the songs will play, or anything like that. Or you just customize your songs. Now we are listening a lot of things, ChatGPT and AI. You can listen to your song. They'll customize based on your interest. They can create a song for you. What kind of song would you like to hear? A romantic song, or a fun-loving song, or a festivity song? They can create a song for you, a customized song. So what I'm sharing here is the timeline of technology which is changing. What you guys are doing, you all come from different backgrounds. But आप बोलेंगे कि मैं तो literature वाली student हूँ, या I'm an English person. Why should I care about artificial intelligence and what is happening? Technology, I don't understand. Well, you don't understand, it's fine. But do you think आप अपनी आंखें बंद कर लेंगे तो वो नहीं होगा? या artificial intelligence का impact आपके life में नहीं होगा? Not really. You have to learn how to adapt. That means you have to see and learn about artificial intelligence, how it can impact you. Then there are other side of people, sir, ये सब तो बहुत सारी AI आ जाएगा, AI machine आ जाएगा, सरकार को control कर लेगा, हम लोग का क्या होगा, we will be out of this world और दुनिया खत्म हो जाएगी. There are people of that nature also. But AI would not stop you from learning. AI is a way to give you more tools so that you can grow in your life. ChatGPT, AI, robotics, then you think about, genetically things, quantum computing, then so many new fields are coming up. So will it stop our life to grow? Not really. But you as a student, you have to see how you can learn and adapt to it. These are the practical approaches I'm talking about. I'll come to personal approaches, what you should think inside, what you should go in your head, how to work through this. Changing and adapting to new technology, changing and adapting to new businesses, changing and adapting to new approach of working. When I started my learning, I'll just share my story a little bit. I had no computer. In our school, there was one computer in the corner, AC room. Everybody will just see from the window, oh, that is a computer. We were not even allowed to get in. Only the teacher who knew how to operate computer will sit on that seat and show us that this is computer. Now you're carrying a supercomputer power on your cell phone. Fast forward 20 years. So there's a lot of change. Now, if I say that, hum to computer chhu nahi sakte the, we cannot do anything on computer, it doesn't work that way. We have to change. आपने कुछ चीजें देखी नहीं है और हमने कुछ ज्यादा चीजें पुरानी देखी हुई हैं. So there is a gap also, but you need to bridge it. कभी-कभी हमारे पेरेंट्स कहते हैं कि हमारे जमाने में ऐसा होता था, हम चप्पल बिना जाते थे स्कूल. कुछ बच्चों को परेशानी आज भी हैं और आज भी आप लोग गांव में परेशान हैं. जहां पे ये परेशानियां हैं आप अपने बच्चों को भी बताएंगे, बट इसका ये मतलब नहीं है that you will not learn or grow or you would stop exploring opportunities in understanding new technology or understanding how to work in this complicated or complex world. Now, I come from a small village which is in the center of India. I was born in Gujarat, but I was raised in central India. Now, I have few mentee students also, whom I've been working with you guys, similar to you. आप जैसे गांव में हैं या कहीं रहते हैं, शहर में भी हैं, we understand where you come from. हम जहाँ से पढ़ के निकले हैं, वहाँ we had very minimum opportunities, but our parents were willing to support, our teachers were willing to teach us and guide us. So गांव से शहर आना और शहर से बड़े शहर जाना and फिर इंडिया से बाहर आके काम करना, we have to change. जैसे अगर आप इंडिया से अमेरिका आए हैं और साइकिल चला रहे हैं, कार चला रहे हैं, you cannot drive on the left side. You have to drive on the right side. Otherwise, it's against the law. You will be caught and you may be jailed if you draw on the wrong side. So you have to follow certain rules also. I have to adapt. I have to change. So what I'm trying to say here to everyone in a very diversified approach I was talking to you so far, so that you guys can get into one thing, it's a funnel thing which I'm talking. What are the things you need to learn from here and go? There are a few pointers, I'll say. What are the things you need to become a good student? And what are the things you need to become a good professional? What are the things you need to become a good employee? If you have not started working, but you'll be starting to work as well. You remain open to change. Now, I'm in America right now. I have 2 boys and a wife, and they are in India. I'm alone here. And do I have to adapt for big time? Yes. At home, ये अच्छा था कि wife खाना बना देती थी. अब यहाँ I cannot complain. I need to make my own food. I need to clean my own dishes. I cannot complain and say, hey, I don't want to adapt. No, this is not I used to do in India. I need to get something. Wife, come and serve me. I can't do that. I have to adapt. Another thing is when you shift your places, geographical location, we have a lot of challenges. And सबको challenges ऐसा लगता है कि आपको हमारी problem पता नहीं है, हमारी प्रॉब्लम बहुत ज्यादा बड़ी है. सबकी प्रॉब्लम्स बड़ी होती हैं उनकी नजर में. But we need to make sure that we work to get that problem resolved. उसकी complexity को हमको कम करना है. Now, how as a student or as a professional. I believe there are certain professional students who have got job and stuff like that, I believe. And learning from your teachers, learn from your mentors, appreciate SBA mentorship program, reach out to your mentors. If you don't know who is your mentor, ask for a mentor. Ask for some teacher. You're working in this English department, so talk to your teacher. They are the right first person to approach to. Sometimes say मैं अपने मम्मी पापा से पूछता हूँ, मैं भी पूछता हूँ मेरे मम्मी पापा से. My father is 11th pass, okay, but he has showed me by his action. He has taught us by real world, real life experiences. He has taught us by showing the path and say, hey, आपको मैं यहाँ तक लाया, अब आपको यहाँ से teacher के पास जाना है. The teacher will guide you. My father has always said one line that there's no substitute to hard work. So you just can't get away from that. And he's still at his age of, he's young, he's like 79 right now. He's quite young because why I say young, he works 15 to 16 hours a day. He gets up at 4:30 every day. Now, certain students will say, 4:30, I haven't been up ever. Somebody would say, बुड्ढे लोगों को नींद नहीं आती. We can say that. We have all the excuses. These are called excuses. My dad has been young and energetic. I have ever remember. I have never seen him tired. Doesn't matter what day, age, weather, health. I've never seen him tired. So why I'm sharing personal example to you? Because you need to see that as well. You can get excuses or get results. It's up to you. Because as I repeat that lines, that you have to start afresh today. Today is your first day of the rest of your life. Okay. All right. Little bit on that sincerity of working. Okay. I'll tell you a couple of things how to change. As a student, what are the few things we should remember? Okay. If you have notes to write or you want to revisit this thing, I have something which I kind of came up with the key skills. What are the key skills you need to adapt, which as a student can be of helpful. Okay. So whenever you go from one place to another, or you're looking to do something new, so key skills for a student to be more adaptable, I will read out for you. There are certain things. First, organizational skills. What does that mean? आपकी पढ़ाई की चीज, project, writing, documents, timetable, and books, textbooks, notes, everything is organized or not. नहीं तो ऐसा होता है कि I'll just say, I'll ask my friend, उसका जो notes होगा, I'll copy it. That will be done. आप pass हो जाएंगे, but you will not be learning. Okay. Second, which I say is like, how do you work on your managing time and working in a team, collaboration? You have to learn how to collaborate. Collaborate का मतलब ये होता है कि तुम थोड़ा कर लो, मैं भी थोड़ा कर रहा हूँ, आप भी थोड़ा करो, हम मिलके करते हैं. जिसकी जो strength है, use that strength and come together to make one nice thing together as a team. Time management, बहुत interesting हो जाता है. What is time management? People say, अरे 24 घंटे में 24 घंटे ही तो हैं और कितना है? If our Prime Minister of India can manage his calendar and international work, our Guruji here can, Swamiji can handle his super busy calendar, but still giving the best out, right? So we need to learn how to balance and manage your time. And we cannot say, सुबह मैं जल्दी नहीं उठ पाया तो मेरा दिन खराब हो गया. आज मैं कल रात को खाना ठीक से नहीं खाया था तो I don't feel like I didn't get a good sleep. These are complaints and excuses. Okay, I don't know whether it relates to you or not, but I've seen many students, they say, अरे आज साइकिल में हवा नहीं थी, पंक्चर हो गया था, और आज बस भी सुबह लेट आई, बस वाले भी बड़े परेशान करते हैं, बहुत हल्ला करते हैं, दे डोंट गिव अ सीट, हमको सीट नहीं मिली, और सुबह वाली बस जल्दी निकल गई, सुबह वाली बस लेट आ गई. I mean, you need to include all these factors into your own culture and your way of calendar. And another thing which I also have seen is, मुझे कैसे बात करनी मुझे नहीं पता. How to talk to people. Now, as a student, we always struggle to make friends sometimes. It has become a little bit more a pandemic kind of thing. It's like hitting hard to all the young generation, Generation Z, in fact, because we are so glued to the phone. phone में ही हम घूमते रहते हैं. आप phone हटाएंगे तो आपको लोग दिखेंगे. So, how to handle this what you call gluing into the phone and not talking to human beings. You need to talk to human beings. You need to remove your phone. Have some sort of upwas or fasting. Upwas कीजिए, no phone today, or only 1 hour phone today. एक टाइम जैसे खाना खाते हैं, एक आसना करते हैं, लोग करते हैं. You can just say, I won't see the phone today. So these are small things. I'm just giving you tips and bits here and there. So you can open up and talk to people. How to make a friend? When you go a new place, you have to adapt. You need to make new friends. If you, मेरे तो friends शुरू से बचपन से बने हुए थे, वही मेरे friends हैं. अब मैं वहाँ जाऊँगा तो उन्हीं के साथ जाऊँगा, या मैं वहीं जाऊँगी जहाँ मेरे friends जा रहे हैं. I mean, I cannot bring my friend from India now. My best friend is in India, my wife. अभी आएगी वो, but what I'm saying is like you cannot carry, but I have to talk to people here. I have to work in the environment here. I have to conduct my project here in America. What do I need to do? Smile. Just smile. Make friends. When you smile back, somebody will smile back to you. That means you can talk to that person. If that person does not smile back, move on. Make friends. The person who reflects back to you, talk to that friend. Make somebody as a good friend. When you smile, you open the doorways. आपको बात करने का एक मौका मिलता है. आप गुस्से होके स्माइल करने की कोशिश कीजिए. आप नाराज रहेंगे और आप स्माइल करने की कोशिश कीजिए. You cannot be angry and happy together. You cannot smile and frown together. You're getting my point? What I'm saying is, you have to be more upfront. You start talking, smile, and be respectful. यदि आपको किसी से बात करनी है, तो आप करके बात कीजिए. Even my sons, I have like teenager boys now, 16 and 14. I talk to them if I have to convey some. Majority of time I say aap. I changed. I never used to do that, but tu, tum is, there's a bonding, agree. But when you don't know some person, you don't know the age or whatever it is, when you're talking to a new friend, make with respect, say aap and talk to them. You'll make some good friends. Smile, and smile by nodding, and smile by saying hello, smile by saying thank you. These are small things to make good friends. You're adapting. Niren sir, आप ये सब तो बड़े अच्छी टेक्निक्स बता रहे हैं. ये स्टूडेंट्स लोग के साथ चलता नहीं है. It will work. I'm also a student, so are you. I worked with a lot of students. मुझे पता है. Just smile and talk, but you'll start getting there. लोगों को प्रॉब्लम होती है, सर आपको पता नहीं हमारी क्या-क्या प्रॉब्लम है ना. हमारे हेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम है, वेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम है, हमारे बॉयफ्रेंड की प्रॉब्लम है, गर्लफ्रेंड्स की प्रॉब्लम है. We have problems as a student. So these problems are the problem size, the way you think of it. जितनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम सोचेंगे उतनी बड़ी लगेगी आपको. प्रॉब्लम उतनी बड़ी होती है नहीं. It's just that how much we give the weightage to it. All right. So everybody has problem. Some has health problem. Some has some financial challenges. Some has some job challenges. We understand that. Okay. and somebody said, सर अब तो चैट जीपीटी आ गया है और ये एआई आ गया है, हमारी दुनिया में कोई जॉब नहीं रहेगी, हम लोग अभी से ही जॉबलेस हो जाएंगे. There are people who will scare you, or rather you would say, hey Niren sir, AI आ गया है, अब chat GPT भी आ गया है, it's easier for me to learn new job. I can learn about any job so quickly. I can type in, I can get some information, I learn new technology or new skills, I can get the job faster. It's the same thing, but you see things differently. Getting my point? So आपको समझना है how to go about doing this. All right, it's not overnight thing. It's not कि आज आपने switch on किया, चालू हो गया, and I'm a people person, I have hundreds of friends. And friends on Facebook and Instagrams are not friends, okay? They're just connections, links. Software का एक link होता है, that's it. Until unless you physically talk to your friends, okay? So there are different approaches to talk about that. Now, I'll give you a good story before I have you ask me any questions. I tried talking about the skills. I tried talking about sharing some of the basic approaches, how to learn and how you can adapt towards new changes. Share something about me. I'll share a story of my family to you, okay, before I close. And I'll have you talk to me as a Q&A. You can type the questions and answer questions in the chat. My father and mother, they came from, my father is a single child. His father, my grandfather, died when he was just 1 year old. He has not seen his father. He worked hard his way from one state. His mother was he was with his uncle's family. And I'll just talk in summary, don't worry. And then he always was looking to work hard and get something to support his family. He even supported his family by being one of the ox, जो बैल होता है ना, हल जोतने के लिए use करते हैं. He used to be one of that and pull the plow and plow the land of their home ancestral land in Gujarat state. He was always enterprising. He was looking when he was young and all. कहा कि अब मुझे कुछ तो करना है. So he changed from his homeland where his mother was. He went out to a different state. कोई नहीं जानता था. He just came to a new state and he started exploring new opportunities, how he can work. And when he got married, then he settled his space. He started setting up in a village. हमारे गांव पे है, जहाँ छत्तीसगढ़ में I come from. There's a city called Durg, and from Durg there is a 30-kilometer small village where he first came as a business owner. उन्होंने वहाँ पे शुरू किया, छोटी सी दुकान खोली परचून की. परचून मतलब अपना ये किराना सामान जो होता है, जनरल स्टोर, इसमें राशन वगैरह थोड़ा थोड़ा लाके he used to sell. And fast forward 20 years, in that location, he brought 5 different families. His uncles who were well settled Gujarat में, उनके पास mom, dad सब थे, but he was all alone by himself. He brought them, he settled them here. उनके लिए उन्होंने shops खोली. He helped them open 3 different shops. He himself got married and he got beautiful wife back, my mother. And my mother was always saying that आप सबके लिए कर रहे हैं, खुद के लिए क्यों नहीं करते हो? So she supported him to get his own restaurant. So my father and mother, they bought together, selling all the jewelry and all. कहानी है वैसी ही. So he bought a restaurant, and from that restaurant, he started making samosa, jalebi, aloo poha, and moong bada. So he's been working hard that way, restaurant में. Then my mother said, इस गांव में बच्चों को हम नहीं पढ़ाएंगे. Like we have 4 kids. I'm the youngest. हम इस गांव में बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ाएंगे. हमारे बच्चों को हम शहर में पढ़ाएंगे. Dad said, I cannot leave my restaurant. तूने मुझे बना के दिया रेस्टोरेंट, we made this restaurant good, now you're leaving from here. You want, बोले नहीं, I want to make my kids study in a nicer place. अच्छी जगह पढ़ना है, हम मैनेज करेंगे, मेहनत करेंगे. So, lo behold, my mom came, left the village 30 kilometers away in the city. So my mom stayed alone, and we 4 kids, we started studying in the school, in government school, I mean private school, missionary school, in English medium school. My mother worked hard to get that. That's a sacrifice as a parent they did for us. But you know what? What I could see, my dad had minimum time for us. Mom was the only one who was raising us. I could see and reflect that they changed, they adapted. I don't remember their personal life. I just don't know how they manage their personal life. But they have taught us by hard work. My dad used to come alternate days, not daily. If he has come today at 9 p.m., he will come day after 9 p.m. So we could, and then morning he will leave at 5:30 p.m. a.m. So he'll just come for a few hours at home. That's the hard work with which we saw. आपके पेरेंट्स भी ऐसा ही कुछ कर रहे हैं, या आप भी ऐसा ही कुछ कर रहे हो, या आपके साथ ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. Are you seeing it? You have to see it. You have to appreciate it. You have to accept it. The journey of your life is no different than mine as well. It could be more challenging, a little less challenging. It's okay. There is a good story there too. My father and mother, when they worked hard, they showed us, all 4 of us. My oldest brother, he studied in Australia. He did his master's in Australia. He's in California. He married to a doctor. Now, I'll just share another way of saying it this way. My father, he's 11th pass. My mother could not complete her college. They helped 2 chartered accountants in her family, 3 engineers, 3 doctors at home. Now, can you connect 11th pass and many engineers? And one of them is me, IITian, and my brother, we are in America. In 10-20 सालों में, from गांव से गांव, he's been still doing today the same work. He still goes to that restaurant, but now he goes in a car. Driver ले जाता है, driver लेके आता है. Earlier he used to go as late as like 3-4 साल, 5 साल पहले तक. He was going in a bus. He would not budge. He would say, I'll go in a bus, I'll come back in a bus. Hard work, adaptability, and change. Village to village. My father is still in the same village. In that few years, he has been to multiple times, 6-7 times to America. He has got a visa, unlimited travel to America, planning to go to Australia too. But still he's happy in village. The story is very similar to yours and mine, no different. But we need to make sure we appreciate where we come from. We change so that we can go further ahead with more strength. Gratitude. We need to say thank you. We need to learn how to adapt. We need to see how to change for betterment. What is your story when you grow, when you move forward? How do you see your story forming? Full of complaints or full of good stories that I changed, I made something new, I learned something new? Are you waiting for something to happen, or are you making it happen? कि कोई आगे तुमको हेल्प करेगा या आप अपनी हेल्प करोगे? सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन स्टूडेंट्स का होता है लेजीनेस. we do not accept it. Students become very lazy by inaction. And this makes it. You mano ya na mano, this makes it. What we make out of this is in our hand. This is my loyal servant, or I am the loyal servant to this. You decide. So how we work for your growth, how you see your change happening. So this would be, I'll be closing this again. As Nitya Shanti said, today is the last day of previous life, but today is the first day for the rest of your life. What you gonna do? So it's up to you. Thank you very much. And thank you everybody to listening to me. Back to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Nirenji. It was lovely to hear those life-inspiring stories and anecdotes that you have from your life. And these are the biggest lessons a student can have. Now, I open this session to the participants for some questions and answers, and Niren sir would answer all of your questions. So let's have some questions from the students and the mentors as well. Please raise your hands and then we'll ask. And if you want to write, you can write in the chat box as well. You can raise your hand so that I can unmute you and then you can ask. We have a lot of people here.
अगर आपको शर्माने की जरूरत नहीं है बच्चों, हम बेशरम होते हैं तभी इस देश में आके काम भी कर सकते हैं बेटा। हमने भी यहाँ झाड़ू पोछे किए हैं, हमने भी यहाँ पे रेस्टोरेंट में काम किया है, हमने भी यहाँ पे दूसरों के घर के वॉशरूम भी धोए हैं। सो हमने दीवन देखे हैं। डोंट वरी, कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछोगे, नथिंग इज रॉन्ग क्वेश्चन, डोंट वरी।
And please switch on your videos if it's possible for you people.
Appreciate. Thank you. I wanted to say that, but I thought that is a norm here, so I didn't force it.
Yes.
Students, I would love to see your faces if you can, please.
Yeah,
I
please.
would love to see all everybody's faces.
Switch on your videos. You look lovely.
Yeah, because I'm not talking to a blank screen, but I'm talking to humans.
My students are contemplating. Nirenji, may I ask the first question?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
please.
My father was also raised in the countryside across Ranchi, and he was raised actually by the Belgian priests. So we also grew up, and they migrated from the state of then Bihar to New Delhi to work. This was like, now they're no more, of course. But we also grew up listening to the stories. Beta, tumko pata nahi, hum itne mil paidal jate the, jo nadi cross karte the. Believe me, it was annoying.
It is. It is. Sure is.
How best now? We lived in a modern city with all the amenities, but we still talk about our challenges to our kids and to the students. How is it that we can present it in a more palatable manner?
Simple thing. You know what the problem with the current modern parents are? They themselves are not adapting. They think that the student or the kids has to adapt more than them. So we put the onus and responsibility on the students or the kids. Hey, bacha, tumko change hona hai, mujhe nahi change hona. I am already changed. So I have to accept that jitna bachche ko change hona, utna mujhe bhi change hona hai. May not be of that degree, but yes. So to make it palatable, you show it by action. I show it by action. I have inculcated that in my personal life. My son just cannot argue with me because they know that I'm doing it then, and then only I'm saying it. So it's just me, but for the students to learn, very simple. बड़ों को, my dad also goes back into the storytelling. बहुत सारी बातें share करने लगते हैं, and he goes into that routine of वो ऐसा होता था वैसा होता. My mom will talk about like 20-year-old stories ki your dad this to me. I listen to them and then I have to pause. That how much impact I should carry with me as a student. So I have to give them room also that they are not changing. So I need to give them the room to vent it out as a student. And I also have to give them enough space that they are, वो भी बच्चे ही हैं. पेरेंट्स कैन, स्टूडेंट कैन थिंक एज आप भी बच्चे लोग ही हैं, आप भी अपने पेरेंट्स को एज अ बच्चा समझ सकते हैं. वी हैव अ लिटिल किड इन आवरसेल्व्स एज वेल. सो उनको भी एक मौका दीजिए चेंज होने का. आप ऐसा मत कीजिए कि यार आप तो बदलते नहीं, आप हमको सिखा रहे हो. उनको भी आप मौका दीजिए. सो दिस इज हाउ आई वुड से. आई मीन, as a parent, I cannot say parent counseling, but yeah, this is something I have done. Practically what I'm doing, I can share that way.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Niren, this is Rashmi.
Hi, Rashmi.
Yeah, hi. Can you give us like 5 takeaways of how we should inculcate adaptability in our life?
Okay, I will not be able to count 5, but I can say one thing. Everybody should have a good habit of personal habits, where if they are struggling, if they have some problem in real life, they can go into that habit. Let's say gardening, cooking, art, painting, reading a book. That will help them to vent away, और मन को हल्का करने के लिए एक प्रवृत्ति चाहिए, एक हैबिट चाहिए, एक हमारा कुछ ऐसा कुछ काम करना है जिससे कि हमारा मन हल्का हो सके. That's one thing. Second takeaway for a student, you should always be willing to learn. आपको नई टेक्नोलॉजी से भागना नहीं है. यदि समझ नहीं आता है तो ask a senior, ask a teacher, ask somebody for the student's perspective. That's something which I would always say, be curious. Always be curious. Don't go and hold it कि automatic समझ आ जाएगा. नहीं आता है. So create a good habit. Be more curious. Third, learn some people skills. In changing adaptability, we need to learn how to work with people. Say thank you, smile, say how to work in a team. So learn to give a space to other person. So learn how to work with people. So these are 3 things which has helped me to adapt and learn. And one thing which I have done for more than 2 years now is getting into writing journalism. So यदि मन का बोझ भारी हो गया है तो रात को सोने से पहले 10 मिनट कुछ लिख लो. कुछ भी नहीं लिखना है तो मत लिखो. या तो आप जर्नल लिखो या कोई बुक पढ़ो. So reading a book is the best friend, because the friend which cannot talk back, which will not fight back, which will not correct you, which will not argue with you, is the book. So make friends with book. So these are few points I feel will help Rashmi.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for asking.
And Niren, I have a question. Am I permitted to ask?
You are the host.
Okay, since it's for the students, but it just came across my mind. We have come across that very, very few people are very open to change and adaptation. Why most of the people resist so much whenever a major change comes in their life?
Hey, it's again, it comes down to personal. सबको लगता है कि जो पुराना जो हमारा है वो छूट जाएगा if we change something. In fact, जो पुराना है जो आपका वो छूटता नहीं है. It becomes much nicer, much stronger if you adapt and change. If I don't change, that's why I said, if I have a lot of problems, if I'm not changing, I would have to seek some help. So asking for help, कभी-कभी बच्चों को लगता है कि वो क्या सोचेंगे मेरे बारे में. मैं अगर क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा तो उनको ऐसा लगेगा कि मुझे नहीं आता है, मुझे तो आना चाहिए. मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ के मैं छोटा हो जाऊंगा, या I cannot ask my friend, उनको पता चल जाएगा कि मुझे नहीं पता है. So you better start opening up. This is for very contextual to the kids I'm talking. The kids would think, एक तो peer pressure होता है कि भाई मुझे बेस्ट दिखना है हमारे ग्रुप में, और फिर होता है कि हमको दिखाना है बच्चों को कि हमारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ कि मैं ये कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ. इट्स गुड टू एन एक्सटेंट, होना चाहिए, वो थोड़ा एक कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस होनी चाहिए, बट ऐसा तो नहीं है कि नॉट एट द कॉस्ट कि हम जो अंदर नहीं है हम उसी को दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. सो वी बेटर लर्न. सो हैव अ गुड फ्रेंड इन terms of maybe not a friend जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि यार मेरा तो दोस्त, ये इसके बिना जीवन नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है, वैसा होनी चाहिए. Like have somebody whom you can talk freely without any hesitation. It could be a mom, dad, your friend, neighbor, uncle, your teacher, or your seniors, and you have the best opportunity, students. SBA has given, this is a blessing. आपको एक mentorship program है. अगर आप mentorship program लेंगे तो talk to them. This English department has done wonders to you. Talk to them. यदि आपको हिंदी में बात करनी है तो हिंदी में बात कीजिए, भले इंग्लिश डिपार्टमेंट है. इंग्लिश में अंग्रेजी में बात कर सकते हैं, लेकिन देखिए पूनम का हाथ आ गया. हाँ बेटा पूनम बोलो. So this is what I feel.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good
Well,
morning.
sir, it's not actually related to adaptability and change, but
That's
I want
okay.
to ask something. Well, I went to your LinkedIn profile and saw that you also went to University of Cincinnati. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, sir, please, can you give a little bit of advice to students who are also thinking about pursuing higher education in USA, in US universities, and talk about the reality of financial aid that they provide?
Oh, wonderful. Wow. It's a loaded seminar in itself, Poonam. What grade are you studying right now? What are you studying?
Yes, sir.
What are you studying, Poonam?
Well, sir, I'm pursuing my BTech in CSC at Himachal Pradesh University.
Great. There are 3 things आपको GRE देनी पड़ेगी सबसे पहले. दूसरी एग्जाम देनी पड़ेगी आपको TOEFL या IELTS. There is an English qualification, and you have to become good in 1 or 2 topics of your interest in computer science. In computer science, जो भी subject में आपको interest है, compilers, operating system, AI, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and new technologies, or Web 3.0, or blockchain, or whatever, data research, or whatever. Choose one, machine learning. Choose one technology which you are interested, 1 or 2. Develop good resume and portfolio, and then apply for certain colleges which works in those areas. So chances will be higher to get admission and scholarship. So this is in a nutshell. But it's a loaded thing. If you need some more help and guidance, I can help you off the line. So you can reach out here.
Thank
But
you,
this
sir.
is something which you can do. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I also want to ask about recommendations. Is there something like that? And means it's actually difficult to get recommendations from your teacher, as I was also trying in my high schools, but it was quite difficult because the US application system is quite complex.
No, it's very easy. In fact, it's much easier than India, very frankly, Poonam. You just have to follow the timelines, and you just have to follow the routine, and you have to follow the steps. So letter of recommendation, you have to start early. India में क्या होता है, कल एग्जाम है, आज रात को हम पढ़ाई करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. आपकी एग्जाम अगर 1 हफ्ते बाद है तो पढ़ाई आज ही शुरू करेंगे.
Yes,
तो आपको अगर एडमिशन नेक्स्ट ईयर चाहिए तो आपको प्रिपरेशन आज से शुरू करनी पड़ेगी.
yes.
This preparation is not for this fall. Next fall की तैयारी आज से शुरू करनी पड़ेगी आपको. It takes around 9 months to 12 months to get a good admission and a good scholarship and good letter of recommendations and good place to come here. Okay.
Yes.
So letter of recommendation is easy to get. It's not difficult. You have to connect to right people. So we can help you on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Reach out back to me. We'll help you on that. Okay. Who else has raised hand?
Shruti.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, students?
Yes, Shruti.
आप लोग बड़े
You
सुंदर.
had raised your hand. You want to ask?
You had raised your
Yes,
hand.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I want to
Okay.
ask.
Go ahead.
Yes, beta, bolo.
Good morning, sir. Sir,
Good
I
morning,
want to
Lisa.
ask about the topic that we've taken today. Sir, as you said that smile is the best option to make friends or to talk to the people. But sir, sometimes people don't want to talk to us. And
Yeah,
so we may,
let them go.
yes, sir. So we may move on physically, but how to move on mentally in such situations?
Oh, sweet. Don't hold it. You have to keep flowing. रुका हुआ पानी बहुत जल्दी खराब हो जाता है. चलता हुआ पानी चंचल रहता है, खुशबूदार होता है, फ्रेश होता है. आपको आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा, श्रुति. सब जरूरी नहीं है कि आपसे बात करें. सब जरूरी नहीं है कि हमारे फ्रेंड बने. हमको कुछ ही चाहिए. हाँ, हम उसको अपने अगेंस्ट में ना लेके चलें. उसका मूड खराब हो सकता है वो घर में उसकी तबीयत खराब हो, या हो सकता है वो उसकी वाइफ के साथ झगड़ा करके आया हो, वी डोंट नो, राइट? सो वी डोंट नो, वी गिव अ बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट टू द अदर पर्सन, वी जस्ट हैव टू कीप स्माइलिंग। अगर अभी मुझे आप लोग कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे तो मुझे बुरा लग जाएगा क्या श्रुति? नहीं लगना चाहिए, राइट? आप लोग सोच रहे हैं, आप लोग को बहुत सारे आंसर मिल जाएंगे बात करते करते, ये भी हो सकता है। आई हैव टू सी इन दैट वे। या तो आपको बाद में पूछेंगे, आप अपनी टीचर के थ्रू पूछ सकते हैं मुझे क्वेश्चन। मैं भी स्टूडेंट ही हूँ, आई एम नॉट मच डिफरेंट देन यू गाइस। वी हैव टू कीप लर्निंग फ्रॉम ईच अदर। और खुश रहोगे तो तुमको खुशियां दिखेंगी श्रुति,
Yes, sir.
है ना? उसको लेके नहीं चलना है हमको, उसको छोड़ देना, आगे बढ़ जाना है। ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
मोस्ट वेलकम श्रुति।
There's one more person, Gulshan. Gulshan wants to.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. My name is
Good
Gulshan. Actually, sir, I have one question. Sir, I am always trying to adopt many things, trying to change myself, because I think जैसा सर मेरा बैकग्राउंड रहा है, तो उस वजह से भी कुछ चीजें हैं कि मुझे बहुत ही ज्यादा कोशिश और खुद को चेंज करने की कोशिश पड़ी सर। बट अभी जहाँ मैं रह रही हूँ सर, तो अभी भी मैं ट्राई करती हूँ, क्योंकि मैं हॉस्टल में रहती हूँ सर। तो कुछ चीजें ऐसी है सर, मैं सीखने की कोशिश करती हूँ, बट जैसे कुछ फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, फिर वो बोलते हैं कि तू चेंज हो गई है, तू ऐसा क्यों कर रही है। फिर सर वो चीज मेरे को बहुत ही ज्यादा ऐसे फील हो जाती है वो बात कि मैं सच में कुछ चेंज कर, फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि मैं ये गलत कर रही हूँ। फिर इस चीज में सर मैं बहुत बार सोचती हूँ कि मैं गलत कर रही हूँ, फिर मैं वहां से हट जाती हूँ, जो काम कर रही हूँ उसको छोड़ देती हूँ, मैं गलत हूँ। कुछ कई बार होता है सर कि मेरे पापा बोलते हैं कि बेटा, कई बार होता है कि जो बात आप कर रहे हो, अगर उसी बात को कोई 10 इंसान या उससे 2 इंसान या कोई ज्यादा भी है, वो बोल रहा है कि ये गलत है, मे बी आप वहां पे गलत हो सकते हो, तो आपको वो माननी चाहिए बात। तो सर यहाँ पे भी मेरे साथ कुछ ऐसा ही होता है। आपने जो चीजें बताई सर, मैं उसको कोशिश करती हूँ सीखने की, और काफी हद तक सर इसी वजह से है कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा फ्रेंडली भी हो जाती हूँ, बहुत बहुत जल्द सभी के साथ। बट ये चीज होती है सर कि मुझे बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स कई बार फेस करनी पड़ती है इसी चीज की वजह से। तो मैं सोचती हूँ कि भी मैं गलत हूँ, फिर आपने बोला कि नहीं, तो ये सर।
ठीक है गुलशन, आप जो कह रही हैं बहुत जस्टिफाइड है, क्योंकि देखो आप जिस तरीके से चेंज हो रही हैं, सब तो चेंज नहीं हो रहे ना आपके साथ, आप बदल रही हैं। तो कोई बदल रहा है और कोई आपको बता रहा है बदल रहा है, तो इसका मतलब सही है कि आप बदल रही हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि गलत है। यू आर चेंजिंग, दैट्स करेक्ट। लेकिन करेक्शन ये है कि आप बोल रही हैं कि मेरे दोस्त लोग मुझे कहते हैं कि आप एकदम ही बदल गए, 4 लोग एक जैसी बात कह रहे हैं तो आपको मानना चाहिए कि वो सही है और आप गलत हो। यहाँ सही गलत की बात नहीं है, आप सीख रही हैं, आप सीख रही हैं। हमको वैसी ही चीजें बदलनी है जिससे कि सामने वालों को नुकसान ना हो, आपके साथ जिनके साथ आप बात करें उनको बुरा ना लगे, और उनका कोई भी हम झूठ ना बोल रहे हो किसी भी बात को लेके। ये 2-3 चीजें हमको ध्यान रखनी रहती है कि जब हम फ्रेंड्स बना रहे हैं। और यदि आपको लगता है कि भाई देखो दोस्त, तुम जो कह रही हो मुझे समझ तो आ रही है, मुझे लग रहा है कि ये शायद गलत है, यदि आपको गलत लग रहा है तो आप उसे बोलिए। एक ये चीज मुझे लाइन कहनी चाहिए आप सबको कि क्रिटिसाइज इन प्राइवेट, कॉम्प्लीमेंट इन पब्लिक। पब्लिक में आप किसी का भी कॉम्प्लीमेंट जरूर कीजिए, लेकिन कभी किसी का कुछ कहना है भाई तू गलत है या सही है, गलत है बोलना है तो उसको अकेले में बात करें कि भाई ये गलत लगा मुझे, तो मैं तुमको ये बता रही हूँ। सो इट्स अ लर्निंग स्किल्स। गुलशन, आप कोशिश कर रही हैं, अच्छी बात है, बस किसी का बुरा पब्लिक में मत बोलना। अगर लग रहा है कुछ तो है तो अकेले में उससे बात करके रिजॉल्व कर लेना। दूसरा, अच्छा लगे तो पब्लिक में बोलना बहुत अच्छी बात है, सबको बताना। सो इट विल हेल्प यू। लेकिन गुलशन, ये तो पर्सनल सिचुएशन पे हो जाता है, हाउ टू वर्क थ्रू। थोड़ा थोड़ा आपको प्रैक्टिस से और आने लगेगा। और बड़ों को सुनना जरूर, जैसे पापा ने कहा तो हो सकता है उसमें कुछ सही हो, क्योंकि पापा भी एक्सपीरियंस्ड हैं, उनका भी एक एक्सपीरियंस है ना। सो ये ध्यान रखिएगा। hope I could help little bit here, but it's a tricky thing. आप जो बोल रही हैं वो समय के साथ आपको भी resolution दिखने लगेगा.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Wish
you,
you good
sir.
luck. Thank you, Gulshan. Yes. Anybody else?
I think I saw Puneet. He had raised
Yes.
his hand.
Oh.
गुड
Puneet,
मॉर्निंग सर.
Puneet?
yeah, please go ahead.
सर जैसे आपने टाइम मैनेजमेंट की बात की, तो मैं
जी,
एक
पुनीत.
इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट हूँ और जब हम नए नए कॉलेज में जाते हैं तो हमारे को बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज और बहुत सारी चीज़ें दिखती है कि
जी.
हमें ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है.
जी,
तो
जी.
मैं एक आर्टिस्ट भी हूँ और मेरा स्पोर्ट्स साइड भी बहुत अच्छा इंटरेस्ट है. तो जब
अच्छा.
मैं स्टार्टिंग में कॉलेज में गया तो मेरे लिए मैनेज करना चीज़ें बहुत मुश्किल हो रही थी कि मैं क्रिएटिविटी साइड जाऊँ या स्पोर्ट्स साइड जाऊँ. स्टडीज़ भी थी, ये भी करना था, नई चीज़ें भी सीखनी थी, जो पुरानी चीज़ें उनको और बेहतर करना था. तो उसके लिए मैंने बहुत सारे क्लब्स भी ज्वाइन किए और स्पोर्ट्स भी जाता था खेलने. तो उस टाइम मेरे लिए मैनेज करना बहुत मुश्किल हो गई थी चीज़ें, जिसकी
जी.
वजह से जो मेरे पर्सनल जो मेरे वो जो बोलते हैं उनको, जो मेरे हॉबीज है वो मेरे को कहीं
हाँ, हाँ.
छोड़नी पड़ी. यस सर.
अच्छा.
तो
अच्छा.
उसका मेरे को अभी भी बहुत ज़्यादा दुख होता है कि मैंने वो क्यों छोड़ी. अगर मैंने नहीं छोड़ी होती तो मैं और बेहतर कर सकता था उसमें. पर एज अ स्टूडेंट हमें नई चीज़ें सीखनी भी होती है.
जी,
तो
जी.
तो सर आगे भी जैसे अब हमारी जो इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड है, एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड होती है इसमें.
जी, जी.
तो फील्ड के हिसाब से जो सर अगर हमारे को जॉब लेनी है तो उसी फील्ड के हिसाब से जो है हमें इंटर्नशिप वगैरह करनी पड़ती है.
जी.
पर सर उसके अलावा भी बहुत इंटरेस्ट होते हैं, तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट भी नहीं है सर और इतना टाइम भी नहीं होता है. तो सर उस चीज़ को कैसे मैनेज करें हम?
पुनीत, बहुत सुंदर क्वेश्चन है और आप बहुत आउटगोइंग पर्सनालिटी हैं, जरूर ऐसा लग रहा है. एंड आपको बहुत सारी चीजें करनी है और बहुत एम्बिशियस भी हैं आप. बहुत अच्छी बात है. इट्स अ गुड थिंग. सो सी द गुड थिंग इन इट. वन थिंग आई वुड सजेस्ट टू यू पुनीत इज वेरी सिंपल. सेट सम प्रायोरिटी based on today. What is your requirement to focus your time on? आपकी प्रायोरिटी अभी किस चीज में फोकस होनी चाहिए? आपकी इंटर्नशिप की तैयारी के लिए करना है या आपकी हॉबी के लिए? तो अगर आपकी प्रायोरिटी इंटर्नशिप है तो आप इंटर्नशिप में ज्यादा टाइम देंगे. प्रायोरिटी अगर हॉबी है तो फिर आप हॉबी को आप इंटर्नशिप के लेवल पे करने वाले हैं तो बात अलग है. देन यू फोकस ऑन योर हॉबी दैट लेवल. क्योंकि आपने कहा कि आप आर्टिस्ट भी हैं, स्पोर्ट्स में भी हैं. सो स्पोर्ट्स भी एक आर्टिस्टिक गेम है. आप बहुत सारे स्पोर्ट्स में आप कुछ कर सकते हैं. यदि आपको स्पोर्ट्स में आगे बढ़ना है और उसको आपको एक पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ रखना है तो आपको मैनेज करना पड़ता है. लेकिन अगर वो आपके करियर में अभी हेल्प नहीं कर रहे हैं तो उसको आप नंबर 2 या नंबर 3 में करेंगे. यू हैव टू चेंज द प्रायोरिटी. जो चीज की प्रायोरिटी है 1 2 3 4 5 ऐसा आप थोड़ा देखें तो आपको एक रास्ता दिखेगा कि किस रास्ते आपको चलना है. यदि आपको कंप्यूटर साइंस आपकी फील्ड जो भी है उस फील्ड में आपको आगे करियर बनाना है तो आपको उसका प्रायोरिटी पहले होनी चाहिए. और हाँ, ऐसा हो गया 7 दिन का खाना एक दिन में खा लेंगे तो 7 दिन खाना नहीं खाएंगे, ऐसा तो होता नहीं है. एवरी डे यू हैव टू ईट लिटिल बिट. 7 दिन का खाना एक साथ खा लें एक टाइम पे, तबीयत भी खराब हो जाएगी. यू कांट डू एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. तो आप सब काम एक साथ करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो कर भी नहीं सकते हम. हमको उसको बांटना पड़ेगा. हफ्ते में आप कितने दिन कर सकते हैं? स्पोर्ट्स अगर आप 3 दिन कर रहे हैं, अगर वो सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है आपके रिक्वायरमेंट को तो 3 दिन कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स. 3 दिन 8 कीजिए और 6 दिन आप कीजिए पढ़ाई का काम. 1 दिन ब्रेक लीजिए, कुछ मत कीजिए. समथिंग ऑफ दैट नेचर. यू हैव टू प्लान दैट वे. प्रायोरिटी देनी पड़ेगी आपको. सब कुछ सब जगह लर्न टू से नो. ये भी है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज सीखने वाली बात है. लर्न टू से नो. मैं नहीं कर सकता. आपको सब जगह लोग सब बुलाएंगे, पुनीत तू ही कर सकता है, पुनीत तुम ही आओ, तुम ही करोगे, तुम्हारे साथ ही तुम कर सकते हो, हम नहीं कर सकते. तो पुनीत डज नॉट हैव टू बी देयर ऑल द प्लेसेस. इफ पुनीत वांट्स टू गो, पुनीत विल गो. इफ डजंट वांट टू गो, ही विल से नो, आई डोंट वांट टू कम टुडे. So you have to learn to say no also at times. Hope that helps.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And we are almost over with the time as well. And thank you, Niren. And Rashmi, I would like you to take on now.
Thank you so much, Niren. It was very nice to hear all the that you shared with our students. I hope they're carrying a lot of learnings from the session, and how you, took anecdotes from your own life and, related them to actual learnings about adaptability. So thank you so much. I thank you from the English team, from our students, and on behalf of the SPA team. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Have a
Niren.
good one.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your time. It was
Jai Shri Ram.
lovely having you all here. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.